7 o'clock, I will call the April 27th, 2023 Economic Development Commission meeting to order. Roll call starting on my left.
June Gagney.
Mary Ann Chinati.
Ava Colonna.
Paul Smith.
Thank you. Public participation. Anyone in the audience like to ask a question or anything?
No, thank you.
Reports. I do have a couple of things to update. The Interoil project, we submitted a $4 million grant request for the DECD Office of Brownfield Redevelopment and Remediation for $4 million, round 17 for remediation and cleanup of the industrial site, and that will continue the work of the grant that's currently ongoing. So hopefully we will be hearing positively from that. They anticipate letting people know by the end of summer, so fingers crossed on that. I'm also working on a $14+ million application for Community Investment Fund 2030 round 3. That notification of funding availability will be released on May 1st. The deadline for applications is the end of June. Had a pre-application discussion today with the Community Investment Fund division of DECD to basically talk about how to prep for your application and what's important to include. So that went well. Shepherd Hill sidewalks, we had the bid opening today. There was only one bidder. Unfortunately, the bid was substantially higher than the construction cost estimate provided by the consulting engineers. So I have a call into the project manager at the state level for that project to discuss what to do going forward. Don't know, maybe we'll have to go out to bid again or something. I haven't been able to touch base with him yet. So, and Quinneball River Trail from Route 205 to Trout-Hatchery Road. There is a state DOT town coordination kickoff meeting basically on May 3rd. And following that meeting, I will be bringing the state representatives up to show them the sections that this particular grant will cover. So that's good news. So that's moving forward. Finally, there is some forward momentum on that. And that is all I have for reports. Questions?
Oh, I do, about the job fair. Did you have any results?
I did. I forgot to report on the job fair. Thank you, Jim.
Okay.
We had 25 registered participating companies. 24 showed up. It was attended by over 100 job seekers, which is really wonderful. And some of the discussions I had with some of the potential employers, they took names, they accepted applications because there were on-the-spot interviews available, and they are going to be making follow-up phone calls to the people that they have taken applications from and resumes. So I'm going to be checking back with them in about maybe 2 to 3 weeks to see what's going on, if they hired anybody, are they interviewing anybody for the job fair, so that we can make it better going forward. And I just asked the first selectman today, I would like to plan another one for October 5th. I have not yet heard back from him on that. He did ask me for some statistics from this one, which I gave him. So hopefully he will respond positively. But this was a really, and there were so many good comments from the employers.
I was wondering how the surveys.
Yeah, I got the employer surveys all tabulated. I have not yet gotten to do the job seekers.
Okay.
But yeah, the employers, the majority of them, they only submitted, only 13 of them submitted surveys, but the majority of them had positive comments.
Okay, and so there was one thing that I thought of after that used,
Mhm.
or if we had maybe made up some bags, like good-sized bags, because they had a lot of swag, and there were people coming out and they were like trying to
Oh,
juggle.
that's a good point for
And we
next
could put
time.
economic development, Plainfield on the bag,
Mhm.
maybe design something, because I think that was a need. They, a lot of them said, you know, all the businesses had swag.
Mhm.
They were giving out things, so, but there was one that they didn't have any bags and stuff. Swag bags, you know?
Yeah.
With good work.
Good for you.
It's the only thing
Thank you
could-
for that suggestion. Old business, ongoing plan, Economic Development Commission update discussion. I took Ava's comments and my comments, and as I said, I would try to, if everybody would get their comments to me, I would incorporate them into one document so that we could all look at that one document. That is not an easy task, and it is making for a very long and a very confusing
Oh, for,
document
what,
for the draft updated plan.
okay.
So I don't know if any of you have any suggestions on how to maybe better approach this, whether individual members would take each section and write their comments on that section, and then during the future workshops, we would go through and take maybe 5 sections at a meeting and talk about those. Maybe that, I don't know if that would be better, but when you're looking at the document that I've compiled with the original plus Ava's comments plus my comments, and then I still got Adrian's that I don't know how to incorporate because those are really statistics and not, you know, not comments per se. It is one confusing piece of literature. It really, really is. So I don't know.
I like the idea of doing a rough draft and letting everybody have a section to, look over and comment on.
Okay, so what you're saying is maybe like June take the first 3 pages and I'll take the second 3 pages, you'll take the third, I'll take that type of thing?
Yes, is that similar to what you were talking about?
Okay, well
right?
what I was talking about was each of us would look through the document and make a bullet list of each section, what we like, what we don't like,
Yeah.
and then come with our bullet lists so that we can then talk about,
All right,
okay?
all right. Just use this plan that we now have.
Yeah, because this is the one, you know, I mean, God bless, seriously, seriously.
I enjoy doing it.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, if each of us could, of course, you know, I don't mean do this, but I mean, like, from this, make a bullet list of discussion points, what we think, you know, makes sense, what we should change, what
Yeah,
not.
just email me a copy, then I can
Okay, well, let's take the easy way out.
then what I'll do is I'll meet with you sometime during the day,
Uh-huh.
to make sure we're on the same wavelength, as I say.
Uh-huh, okay, I can do that. All right, does anyone else have any suggestions, thoughts?
No, I have a question too.
Yeah.
On the original agenda, did we have the ARPA funds? There was some more ARPA.
On the regular agenda, but
Yeah.
this is the workshop agenda,
This is just
so,
a workshop?
yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
so that'll be on.
That'll be next time?
Yeah, that'll be on the May agenda. So do you have any other comments about the plan update? No? Okay, then we will move on. You all got the updated trade name listing, correct?
Yes.
One thing, going back to the EDC plan, one thing I think is important, and it hit me after the job fair. When I first started here, I compiled a list of available non-residential properties for businesses. And I handed that off to Jordan to keep, you know, for him to keep updated and on the website, which is great for new businesses coming in. But Plainfield has a lot of businesses. Those businesses oftentimes need to hire people. I think I'm gonna throw out here, member of the commission volunteering to reach out to businesses to see, do you have any job openings? What kind of job openings do you have? And then create a little subsection on the website that advertises job availabilities for Plainfield businesses. You know, because one of the businesses at the job fair, they were specifically looking for high school and college students looking for part-time work.
Right.
You know, and they had a lot of availabilities. And who really knows this? You know, I mean, when you go on Indeed, that can be quite overwhelming. But if the town has, you know, a specific section of its website, I mean, and granted, whichever member takes this on, it's going to be time consuming because it needs to be kept up to date. But I really think it would be nice for us to help our existing businesses in that way. You know, I mean, we're advertising property availabilities to draw businesses in, but this would help the businesses that are here.
So you're looking for someone to go to a business, find out if they're looking for...
I'm looking for a volunteer that would reach out to the businesses, whether you want to go in person, whether you want to call them, whether you want to email them, and explain what we want to do. Do you have any availabilities? We would be happy to include your business and the positions available on our list on our town website.
I wouldn't mind
Yeah,
getting the info
You
for
could also, if you talk to them, you could also say, listen, if you fill it, call, let us know. And or if it changes so that it stays updated, instead of us having to go to them, let them, a lot of times they'll come to you saying, hey, we fill those, or we need more.
Yeah,
And you can just update the website
yeah.
with that.
And maybe if you want to create a form, maybe that they could fill out that lists the positions. Is it part-time or full-time?
If they need college or high school kids. Because college, when you're in between, you know, during the summer and stuff, I know a lot of college kids are always looking for something to
Yeah,
work.
exactly,
You
exactly.
know, to help pay the tuition for the fall,
Yeah.
so.
So you'd be willing to take that on?
Yes, I just, someone else would need to input it into the computer. That's not my thing, I'm not good with computers.
That's fine.
But I don't mind doing the legwork and
Okay.
having the information.
Wonderful.
And if I'll think about it, if I have questions, I'll call you.
Absolutely.
Sit for like 10 or 15 minutes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So you're gonna ask them questions about their businesses?
Yeah, but she's gonna, you know, introduce herself and tell her what she's doing and.
I'm used to talking to businesses all the time.
Yeah, exactly,
yes.
exactly. And, you know,
Yes,
do they have the
I
availabilities?
have no problem addressing anybody or anything. I addressed our state legislature one time because my boss couldn't make it and she was supposed to give a speech. And I was there to support her and she said, you have to talk. And I wasn't, but I did really well.
Good for you.
I was told after the fact, well, I like to talk, so you see.
I just wonder what questions you're gonna ask.
I
How
don't
many-
know,
you-
right now,
you
I
come up
don't
with a
know.
formula?
Yeah, you know, how many jobs, how many openings do you have? What are those openings for?
Yes, I can handle that.
Are they full or part-time?
Well, no, I'm thinking we can help with questions.
Yeah.
If you have ideas. Things
Okay.
that
I'm
you
used to
would want to know.
interviewing people.
Oh, this is wonderful, thank you, Abe. I appreciate that. And next on our agenda is adjournment, if anybody,
I'll make that a motion to adjourn.
is there a...
Second.
Okay, thank you very much.
You didn't vote on that, though.
All those in favor?
I
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.